What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I want to talk about Tesla and their stock split from someone that owns this stock, because I feel like that gets overlooked a lot. Not many people that talk about this stock seem to own it, which is interesting, but I am a preferred Webull influencer. If you look down in the description, you will see a link. If you join, you get a free stock just for signing up. If you deposit more than $100, you get a stock guaranteed greater than $10 with my link. So let me talk to you about Tesla. First of all, I was not built for Tesla in the beginning, which is kind of why I don't use my Robinhood portfolio on my channel much anymore, and I went to focus on a smaller investing strategy because it's much more relatable. And I think that's really the core of where Tesla is now. You know, when Elon Musk is tweeting and it's changing my portfolio value by 3 to 5%, I'm not built for that. I learned that very early on. Once I got a larger portfolio, over $10,000, I'm more comfortable having this stock in there because while it can change it, it's not as wild. It's not as dramatic. I'm not waking up to the way I was before with it just all over the place. And I think that in and of itself is a big part of why it's important for companies to reassess how an investor approaches them. It's difficult for someone new to the market to look at a stock of $1,500 and ever aspire to own it. I understand that. That's the same way somebody may look at a Berkshire stock over $250,000 and say, hey, I'm going to aspire to own that one day. You're probably not going to get it. You can chip away at it with, fractional shares, but a lot of people just want that one share, fractional shares, even though that's how I ultimately bought Tesla. And to that point, I'm at one of the higher entry points in Tesla. I bought it through fractional shares. I waited a day, put 500 in, waited a day, put 500 in, waited a day, put 500 in. Ultimately, I ended up with more than one share, but all things considered, that was the strategy I went with, and that's what I had learned from buying and selling Tesla before and in the past. So I don't plan on buying anymore once it dilutes. I feel like it probably would have been better if it had went to a more, institutional investor like the S&P. But I do understand the need for them to continue to have investors come in. And certainly you look at things like Apple, and they've done this multiple times and been extremely successful. While it does dilute how many shares are in the marketplace, it does allow people to come on board much more easily. The problem I have with Tesla is people have still, in my opinion, yet to really determine what type of company it is. Is it a tech company or is it a car company? Because car companies are very cynical, very cynical. I could show you my position in Ford. Thank God it's not on this list. I think I've got about 40 shares in Ford. Been up and down, the days it's up, I wish I bought more. The days it's low, I don't buy more because I'm afraid it's never going to stop falling. But, when you look at a company like Tesla, it's unique in the fact that we really haven't seen companies like this before. And just the way investors love the way it's led. Faith in a company is what should determine your investment. If you don't have faith in a company, you probably shouldn't buy 1 cent of it, much less one share. And people have a lot of faith in Tesla and its leadership. I don't believe it's the best EV company in the space. I've invested in other companies that I ultimately feel will do better than Tesla, but I do also have to respect where it is and the fact that it has earned my investment dollar. If for no other reason that at some point I will probably sell it again and make money, because that's how you handle Tesla. Tesla is a growth stock only. It's not a dividend payer, which is what I strive to have here. So when I look at Tesla, I know my next opportunity to make money with it is on a sale. So when you do the split, I think we'll see a lot of people push in because that fear of missing out is going to be gone. They'll see a price point that they can easily negotiate, even though technically they could have been doing that now with, every platform giving fractional shares. I just think mentally people don't want half of something. They want a full share of something. So I don't think that as someone that's bought with this, obviously, fractional shares into Tesla, I would have never stopped once I started. I would have wanted to get to that full share just subliminally. Something tells you, hey, you're not 100% into this until you have one share, even though when you have 1.17, it doesn't seem to make that much difference. So I would say if you want to buy into Tesla, you're going to have another opportunity. Historically, companies that do splits will continue to do splits. So it may not be out of the nature of this to happen again. That said, if you're buying it feeling that it's on sale today for $225 and it's going to go back to $1,500 next month, you're wrong. But this is also a stock that has went from $300, $400 to $1,500 in a few months. So I think that in and of itself is going to confuse a lot of investors when they try to create value, because the valuation of the stock has just been so out of line with any other stock evaluation you would have. But that's okay. As I said before, you have to be comfortable and understanding with what you invest in and have faith in the product, the company, and the leadership. And if you don't have that, like I didn't have that with Budweiser, I got out. I kept Altria, but I exited my position of Budweiser because I simply continually saw way too many faults along the way where I did not feel comfortable holding them anymore. And they've done terribly ever since, and I certainly hope that they can turn that around and get to a position where I do want to invest in them again. But the reality is you can't always buy something low and then hope that it goes high. You have to understand you're either buying a stock to hold for a dividend payment or you're buying a stock to sell it later and make profit. So that's where I've been with Tesla. I've made profit with Tesla. I hope I will continue to make profit with Tesla. But right now, I know that I'm going to wake up at the end of this month, have more than one share, have a much lower cost of those shares, and have to make a consideration with what I will do from there. With that said, I appreciate you guys checking this out. And I will be back in the week with more commentary.